Right, so there we go. Hey folks, how you doing? I am back for yet another list of Easter eggs. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly through my entire list. After this one, I'll do one more, which will probably be actually a compilation of all the Easter eggs with a few added in, but I'll put the new ones at the start, so if you've already seen the other ones, you have to watch them. But this one, as far as we go, is Easter eggs and things you might have missed when playing the game. And I will make haste and I'll get through them. Number 1. Now I'm going to start off with one that you probably all know about, but I want to include it because it shouldn't be excluded, and that's the Batmobile, or the Murkman car, which is the black ray-filled Caliburn that you can find in the tunnel network after Ghost Town. I've got a whole video on how to actually get this one because there are certain criteria that need to be filled out before you can actually access it, so check that out if you're having trouble finding the Batman car. Number 2. Now, you might not be aware of this, but you probably will, that you can turn the bike wheels on and off. That's E on PC, and I think is it clicking one of the analogs? I need to check that on consoles. Number 3. Johnny Silverhand's Porsche. If you outright kill this guy during the mission chipping in and you don't hear him out, you won't find out about Johnny Silverhand's Porsche. So make sure you do, and you get the iconic Porsche. You gotta have the full set, right? You gotta have all his gear, you gotta have his gun, and you gotta have his Porsche. Number 4. Okay, out in the desert there is a, I don't want to say a cult, but they're around a campfire, and when you turn up, by the mere act of your presence, they all instantly die, and it looks like you bring a negative energy to the area and they just die. So that's kind of creepy and weird, but that's out there, that's just here. Number 5. Okay, when you're playing the game Trouble in Heywood with River's niece and nephew, there's a few Easter eggs in there. They've got a reference to Die Hard, Dirty Harry, and they also reference Lethal Weapon when I think it's the girl says, I'm getting too old for this. Number 6. Okay, I actually missed this on my first playthrough, but for killing Adam Smasher, you get his key card. So when you go back into the game, that is on your person, and you can actually go and open up his room on the Ebunike. Now, it's a bit of a novelty. There's not really anything in it that's all that good. There is an iconic crafting spec, which is probably the best thing in there. But yeah, it's just kind of a nice little thing. Number 7. Now, this next one, I asked Paolo about this in his stream, and he straight up said he didn't think it was a reference, but I got the impression that he didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm going to include it as something I've noticed that's an uncanny likeness to something. There's a certain gig where you have to go to a certain place, there's something Twister, and the name is uncannily familiar to the something Twister in Tarantino's Dusk Till Dawn. And what's more, the receptionist, his eyes are very red and almost demonic looking. Could it be the lighting? But I don't know. I just think the whole vampire thing has to be some way inspired, I think. Paolo said no, so I don't know. Number 8. Okay, you might not have known this. It's kind of a nice touch, but you can actually call Jackie's phone and leave a message for him after he's passed away. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. Number 9. Now, there's a job that's easily missed, at least it used to be. You go into a clothes shop, it's the Jinguji store in city centre, and while you're in there, talk to the guy, and once you've exhausted all the conversation anyway, you'll notice, I think the second time you go in, you'll know it's going to happen. He actually has security guards in the place, but a cyber psycho will burst into the place, and you'll have a little quest there called Bullets. Anyway, the Max TAC officer that turns up is Melissa Rory. She is the cyber psycho from the trailer. The quest, unfortunately, is quite buggy, it's quite glitchy. They don't turn up until you take down the cyber psycho, and she walks in and just talks as if she's the person that's taken down the cyber psycho, but either way, it's a nice touch including her in it, I think. And it's further confirmed later. You get a text from the clerk, the sales assistant. He sends you a text message with the gossip confirming that's who she was. Number 10. Okay, there is a series of quests. Again, this is one you previously could have missed if it was back in the early days. There's a Zen Master who basically takes you on some meditative journeys. Not only are the titles of his quests famous songs, but also you can opt to pay him each time, and the amount you pay him is actually the Fibonacci. Well, it's not the Fibonacci sequence right from the start, but it's like the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th numbers from the Fibonacci sequence. That's a nice touch, I thought. I thought it was a strange amount, so that's what it turned out to be. Number 11. Hell Lake 3. I don't know whether it was cut content or not, but basically there's a film set with a lake full of I guess mannequins. Basically it was about how filming got cancelled and they just kind of left everything there, but it's just out here in the desert. You can find it. Hey, if you're enjoying this and you haven't already subscribed, you know what to do. Number 12. Now, this is one I'm looking for your input on. This guy has a bomb bag and it has Rush on it. Now, the only Rush thing I can think of is the band Rush, and it would be interesting if he had a bomb bag which was Rush. It's not the logo of the band, but it just seems interesting that he's got a bomb bag with Rush on it and he's kind of involved in the music industry and his name is Spectre. So, yeah, I don't know, but somebody might have an idea what this is, but maybe it's nothing. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. Number 13. Oh, this is fun. I don't know if you spotted on one of the computers in the marina the names for the different yachts. I love a good dad joke, and and these are brilliant. Utterly Fabulous 3, Seal of Trust, Bodie McBoatface Jr., Oxbridge Regatta. Yeah, I just thought the first three were brilliant. Seal of Trust. I mean, come on. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. I like little things like that. Number 14. Okay, after doing Kerry Eurodyne's quest line, there are a couple of extra Joy Toys that open up. If that's your thing, if you want to, check it out, this is where you find them. Number 15. The iconic car from the promo footage and from screenshots of V standing against it was the Quadra Type R, and you can actually get that, but you have to do a gig in order to unlock it. The gig is a life's work, and about a day after you'll get a text message from Jake giving you a job called Sex on Wheels, and basically it's to go and pick this car up and you get it. The thing handles like on a gear shift it loses traction. It's crazy, but it's fun, and it's the iconic one. So there's one of the two that has Roach on the back of it. Number 16. I think one of my favorite fixer rewards you get from Dino. You'll get a quest from Dino called Gas, 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 and basically you just go and pick it up. It's a Quadra Type 66 640 TS. It's got that same green that Steve McQueen's Mustang from Bullitt had, so you can kind of get the vibe from that one. I think it's awesome. Number 17. Oh, check out this one. Dandelion Cocktails. So there's a bar named after Dandelion. That's a nice nod. Number 18. This one was brought to me by Galdino Pedron, one of my subscribers. Basically, it's probably one of the darkest Easter eggs. Oh, I know, with all the dead bodies and stuff I got, how could this be dark? But it's pretty dark. In the gig Jeopardy in Heywood, where you have to sneak in to a funeral home, you can actually hack the hologram of the person who they're mourning. And yeah, this is the result. Number 19. Since 1.5, you can do burnouts. If you hold brake and accelerate at the same time, you do burnouts. And then if you turn, you can do donuts. It's pretty cool. It makes actually turning a bike way easier as well. You can kind of drift a little bit as well, which is great. So yeah, the car handling, if you haven't played since prior to 1.5 and you're coming back to it, you're going to notice that. Number 20. This one was brought to me by one of my viewers, Vini Redun, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Basically, on the Corpo life path at the start, this is something I've missed. I'm going to share it with you thanks to Venny or Vini. If you go onto V's computer and you go onto the internet, you'll see it's actually the Arasaka intranet, and it has a whole load of different places you can visit, one of which gives you V's staff information and things like that. So it's kind of cool. Number 21. The Thornton Colby that you get very early on has a nod to Gone in 60 Seconds. If you have a look at it there, it says it belonged to some carjacker from Memphis, a certain Nicholas, may he rest in peace. So that would be Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds. Number 22. Oh, I noticed this one in my most recent playthrough actually. I hadn't spotted it before because I'd never failed the quest. There's a quest you get at the very end of Kerry Eurodyne's quest line, Every Breath You Take, where you have to protect one of the Uscrack girls from a stalker. If you fail to protect her, Red Menace will actually take out the stalker and come down and kind of, be all upset with you and stuff, understandably, because you failed. Blue Moon tells you about Red Menace keeping watch from up above. So if you have a look here, that's where she is standing, and she's got a sniper rifle. She's a good shot too. Better shot than V, but yeah. Oh, there you go. Number 23. Okay, now this is a nice little one. I actually had no idea, but the scav den that you have to raid at the start on the job, the rescue, that is room 1237. Now, that is a wink to The Shining, because in The Shining it was room 237, and in that room you do find a lady in a bath, so there you go. Number 24. Okay, and finally, this was a nice little one. You will notice in the Path of Glory with Rogue, which also leads to A New Dawn Fades. Yeah, when you wake up from your 20-hour slumber. Take a look around Rogue's room and you'll see a photo frame with Rogue, Johnny Silverhand, and Mike Pondsmith. Now, there are a few different Pondsmith references in the game. He's even on the radio. Maximum Mike, I believe that's him. And the street's named after him, all kinds of little things. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, that's all I have time for today. I hope there's at least one thing here you hadn't spotted before, or if there's any ones you think I've missed, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments below. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see me in my next video.